Chit-Chat-Cadillac. Chit-Chat-Cadillac. It's Ruse Chit-Chat-Cadillac.
Love it so much you're winding back.
It's Ruse Chit-Chat-Cadillac.
They're doing some improv and having a chat.
It's Ruse Chit-Chat-Cadillac.
Yes, and it's starting right now.
Welcome to Ruse Chit-Chat-Cadillac, hosted by Halwala.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Gilbert, Gottfried. Round of applause. Beautiful, beautiful. We're here today with some fantastic Brisbane comrades, Liz Talbot.
Hello.
And Matt Nunn.
Hello.
So you're down in Sydney for the Improv Theatre Sydney Comedy Festival at the moment. How's it going?
Well, it's the first time we've been, Matt, Nunn and Liz, interstate, really.
How exciting. Welcome to Sidtown officially. Now, before we get stuck into everything Bris-Vegas, let's jump into a little bit of improv. Gilbert, can we have a word of suggestion, please?
Absolutely. Your word of suggestion is chicken.
Brenda? Yes, Colleen? What happens when we stop laying eggs?
Well, we know Wendy's stopped laying eggs last week and I haven't seen her since then.
Egg count! Time for egg count! Girls, stand on up, please.
Oh, God.
Brenda, you first.
I ain't got the one.
Well, you're still going. That's all that matters. You'll pick it up next week. Colleen?
Oh, I can feel one coming, right?
All right, respond to you. Hold on.
Oh, there's one. I forgot I laid that this morning. Silly me. The eggs are fine. The brain's just, sometimes the eggs coming out so fast and quick that you just forget.
Brenda laid a side egg.
I could be crazy. You could be trying to pull a fast one on me here, but that egg looks familiar. Is that by any chance the same egg?
It's just what eggs look like.
For the last 3 years, I've only ever been collecting the one egg. There's only ever one egg in this shed. I know that I'm putting 16 egg in my basket, but when I get back to the house, there's just one egg.
And scene.
Tell me about Big Fork Theatre and what is happening in Brisbane at the moment.
It's a very exciting time for improv in Brisbane. I mean, I think we're already punching above our weight in terms of the number of people and the number of organisations and the fact that we have now, I think for the 3rd or 4th year running the Brisbane Improv Festival.
Yes, Brisbane is popping off. We love performing up there. And what's your relationship to Big Fork Theatre?
I think unofficially I would say I'm the auntie of Big Fork and like the dorky auntie, sort of Amy Poehler and Mean Girls type deal. They've really been, for me, a home base for experimenting with both improv, sketch, and in the future stand-up, but it's sort of a unconquered territory for me. It's the stand-up.
Stunning. And what about you, Matt?
So for me, I did the Discover Improv Day, which is a free day for anyone to come in and just like play around, do some exercises. So I did my fundamentals with them, and that was March 2020. So yeah, improv took a hit for both of us in 2020. I missed out on finishing my course there, but I did enough fundamentals to hypothetically perform there. They would let me get on stage, but yeah, it's just.
But then you took the sketch writing class.
Yeah, started last year. I took the sketch writing classes. And after that was the grad show, and that was the first time I had gotten on stage since high school.
Ooh, a very daunting task. And how did Matt and Liz come together?
We found the same brain in each other,
Yeah.
and we had the same sense of humor, and we thought we're gonna write sketches together. And I think for me, I've done a lot of sketch shows, ranging from I mean, I'm not going to say awful, but very interesting 3-hour law reviews from university. You know, they go for literally law review.
Yeah, that's
Gilbert,
how
Gottfried.
That's how I got into it. Yeah.
Yeah. At UQ, that's a 3-hour show. I mean, it's an intermission, but there wasn't a lot of feedback because everybody tells each other that they've all done a great job. Nailed it. Do the same thing next year. And there's not any sort of pressure to get better. There's nobody that everybody knew but maybe just wasn't telling us. This is a really long show, and great comedy shows are about an hour and a half, depending on what's in it. Nobody told us that.
And, you know, it's nice being in places just to experiment where people aren't necessarily going to critique you, especially just to get your confidence up at the start, because that's the most important thing.
Yeah. And we fall into this, I mean, I know it's a mental habit of really only feeling as though you're as funny as your last show. So once you get through, I think, maybe a dose of really terrible feedback. I think 10 or 15 years ago there was a review of a show that we did that was it was not flattering. It was a real kick in the guts. But I think within a day or two you realise, well, I've just had a really bad review for a sketch show. I'm still alive and kicking, and I can just carry on now.
Yeah.
This is probably really the worst, like a bad review in this context. I've gotten through it. I could go through it again if I had to. Yeah.
I don't need to kill it every time because I am good at this. I know that I'm not going to kill it that time, but I'm good, and I'm going to have a constant upward trajectory here.
Feedback is a gift, not anyone telling you that you're not good at it.
Totally.
But sometimes all you hear is, this is what you haven't been good at. But when it's not. It's a gift to you to make it better.
Well, you know, there's a nice etiquette in giving feedback, and some people need feedback on the feedback giving, but that's a whole other story.
You share an article about like the best way to give feedback that we pass around in our community.
I like being credited as the source of an article that I didn't write, but I share it around.
I love that. So what do you envision for your next year in comedy?
More online stuff, I think.
Oh, we want to put more. Oh,
yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, and I think anyone listening to this would probably identify with that feeling of, it's just because the internet is a lawless, chaotic place.
I would say don't fall into the trap of feeling like you have to be making content all the time and focusing on that. If that's not what you're enjoying making, don't make it. There's so many shows, there's so many people doing comedy, there's so much of everything all the time. So just focus on what you're inspired by and what you love. Otherwise, if you put in your mind that there's all of these rules and that I need to be ticking all of these boxes, but I actually hate these 3 boxes and I love this box, all of those boxes are going to get soggy and go to waste. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's so difficult to say no to that voice that says I should, particularly because there's no shortage of people willing to say 3 things that you should know to build your brand. You're an idiot if you're not doing these things.
The person who put those rules, they were just like, I just hope that this content works, just like the rest of us.
It's so important to look back and look at your entire body of work and where you've come from in the last 12 months, the last 2 years. It's not always based on the last piece of data. Yeah.
It's always happening so fast that it goes by and you don't even realize how much you've achieved. But I always have to remind myself to celebrate the success and learn from the failure, because both, like, that's just part of growing as a performer or as any, like, just an adult. You have to fail to get better. But waking up the next day and still being alive and breathing is always nice.
Oh my God, yes. How cool is it to be alive?
Such a treat.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Guys, please don't talk about this. Gottfried in the room.
Oh, we're so insensitive to Gilbert.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm very offended. Okay, let's head back and see what's happening on that chicken farm. Time for some more prov, everybody.
Colleen? He's gonna know that's a ping pong ball. It's bright orange.
You know what, Brenda? I give up.
What? You to show him nothing, a bare nest.
Well, I saw him brought in a new chicken yesterday. So I just need to accept my fate.
We can get out of here. We can get out of here.
Egg count time. Ladies, how are we this morning?
Oh, we can get out of here. Claw your way out.
Save yourself.
Colleen,
Save yourself.
what is this perfectly round egg you've laid? Oh my god, it's all one color? This is the most perfect egg I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, he loves the fluoro. Oh,
I guess we
God.
won't be needing you anymore, Lydia. Oh!
Just roll with it.
And see!
I can't be the guy in an improv scene that just keeps going.